Brexton won today, and that was really cool. What's it like to see your son win as opposed to the feeling when you win? Is it better, different?
I don't know. They both mean a lot. I would say I'm probably more nervous not being behind the wheel, watching him do it, just with his inexperience of where he's at in his career so far and racing against, he's 8 years old, he's racing against 10, 11, 12-year-olds. So, just trying to work with him and develop him and make him in the best that he can be against those older kids is always really fun. But you always know that they might have more racing experience than he has on track with laps, but Brex might have the brains of a teacher who has gotten him further along than some experiences of how the other kids would learn over time. So it's cool though. It's a lot of fun. I was able to be there yesterday for his win yesterday. I wasn't able to be there today, but he did a great job, executed well, did a good job. We did not execute well on Wednesday, so got hard on him a little bit, and then he backed it up. So he listens well when he listens.
And it must be a cool feeling too to have him at that age. And I get sponsorship pitches for you guys, and I'm getting ones for Brexton signing sponsors. That must be pretty cool to be able to have that at that age and know that he's getting those kind of sponsorship opportunities that I don't know, maybe you didn't get at that age.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's obviously a huge piece of our program, and we're very grateful to ServPro for kind of jumping on board the way they did 3 years ago, and now for the next 3 years going into the future. So it's really exciting for us. It's a great piece to have the Busch family having sponsorship, having Brexton. It's not like we couldn't do it, but it's a brand that could be there with Brexton through his entirety, carrying him all the way to the top of NASCAR if possible. So we'll see how all that goes. We're 8 years old right now, so we got a long road ahead of us, but we're certainly grateful to them for that. We've also haven't announced it yet, but we've got Cheddar's coming on board with us as well too for Brexton's program, which is cool. Sports Clips is coming back, which is cool. Lucas Oil joined me on my program for the micro sprints, which is also going to be on Brexton's stuff. So Billy Ballou helps us and supports us. So we've got a lot of great things going with Brex and his program. And then, of course, for me as well, too, with RCR, hey, man, I think we're sold out. So, great news all around for the Busch group and everything going on with RCR and being on the Cup side with Zone. Having them as a new partner to our sport as well as to RCR. We're excited to carry their colors. Was hoping for a better night last night. Definitely got him some TV time. Not quite the glamorous way of Victory Lane, but hopefully that's Sunday.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right, we'll go next to Jeff Gluck and then to Jacob Seelman.
Kyle, I think you've done, I'm probably between 50 and 100 dirt races at this point. What maybe 100?
Me?
Yeah.
No, in my entirety or just like last year?
No, in like your
entirety.
Since you started getting into this.
Oh,
stuff.
The micro thing? No,
Yeah.
I'm probably only around 30.
Okay. So you've done these races. You're obviously learning. It's not like you're going out and winning all these races. You're trying to figure it out yourself. So what are you gaining like skill-wise? Are you just doing it for fun, or is there actual things where you're like, this is practice for you? You're being able to take some stuff to Cup. How does that work?
No, it's just practice. It's just staying in the car. It's just staying sharp. It's just kind of doing all those things. I used to do that always with the the unlimited truck starts, the unlimited Xfinity starts. Did that for a long time in NASCAR. Got limited on all that. So then I started doing some super late model stuff and kind of doing that a little bit more and more. But years have kind of gone on where that stuff's just crazy expensive, So the micro thing with Brexton going to the races that he's going to, I can run on the same track as he can. I can just get out there and have fun and run around and just get laps and just do it for fun mostly. I have won a few shows. I've won, I think, 2 non-wing shows, 2 wing shows at just different tracks across the country, which has been fun. None of the big ones. I'm not that good. Wrong Kyle. But the point is to just go out there, get some track time. I get a chance to kind of help out with Brexton stuff when I can feel and see what the track's doing than just being a spectator or crew chief on his car. Any interest in midgets or wing sprints? Not midgets. No, I don't fit. I don't fit in a midget. I can fit fine in a sprint car. So No one's ever called. I did call out Larson on it, though, so I'll put this out there. I told him, I says, if you get with Silva and get me a ride in one of your cars at one of the races that you're at, we'll either figure out if Silva's really good or if you're really good.
Yeah, let's go to Jacob and then to Dustin.
Jacob Seelman, Race Face Digital. Two for you, Kyle. First, obviously referenced last night. For you as a driver, what are you looking for now that we actually have 2 rounds of practice between now and the 500? What are you looking for feel-wise, car-wise, out of the backup to make sure that you're as comfortable as you can be for Sunday?
You know, I thought Media Day was Groundhog's Day, and then I had yesterday running the duel as Groundhog's Day. From last year, getting tore up and crashed and having to go to a backup car and starting all over. So I don't know if we saw our shadow today or not, but we'll get out there and just kind of work on the things that we know we need in our car, which is the drivability of it. We'll get out there and probably make a single car lap or two just to kind of make sure the heights are all right, everything's good, nothing's bottoming out, nothing's not how we expect it to be. And then we'll get in a pack draft with our Chevy key partner teams and go out there and make some laps and trade some positions and see what it's like out front, see what it's like in the back. And that's kind of all you can really learn.
As far as actually with the trucks being on track for qualifying right now, you worked last year with Jeff and TJ, obviously selling off KBM, and now that being Spire. What's it meant to you to see them, even just in a couple sessions this week, having success and really trying to keep, in a way, what you started going strong with a lot of those people?
Yeah, I told them, don't screw it up. I left it in a pretty good spot. So, I'm excited about the opportunity of hopefully being able to get some races over there. We haven't finalized all of that yet, but they've got a great organization. They've got really good people. A lot of them stayed, some of them left. So it does look a lot different. That shop is entirely different than what it was for the past 12 or 13 years, however many I was in it, but they're doing a good job with what they've got. I'm supposed to go over there and have our, I'm a consultant, so I'm supposed to be over there next week and do some consulting and talk to them about some of their race stuff that they go through tonight and work on that. So excited to see the progress and sit down with the guys and drivers and stuff like that to continue that leadership role.
Go next to Dustin Long and then to Danielle.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Kyle, you've expressed over and over what winning the Daytona 500 could mean, and just what that's the one thing I left on the bucket of missing things. Other stuff are just, I guess, piling on. I'm curious, from an athlete, when there's one thing you're striving for, can it get too big, or how do you manage it? I mean, I understand in the frustration we see the emotion, and I understand some of that. But I'm just curious how you kind of manage it, because every year you get asked it, every year you've talked about it, and it's just, I don't know if it comes as self-fulfilling. I mean, obviously you nearly won last year, it didn't matter, but just how you handle it and how you don't let it bother you, or how you have to work at it so it doesn't bother you.
Yeah, so I would say for me, the biggest thing that helped me through that was 2015 and being in the championship race at Homestead and letting that race play out and letting everything kind of happen. Because we went into that race playing with house money. Nobody thought we should be there, all the stuff, whatever. And we were like, okay, well, then we're not going to be expected to win the championship, so let's just go see what we can do. And lo and behold, we win the race and we win the championship. And so that kind of taught me right there where you can't force things always, And even last year, I tried to force situations and I end up spun out, backed in the fence, backing up down the racetrack to get to my pit box. So, it's stuff like that where a lot of people try to force a lot of things in this race and they get themselves in trouble, and some of them it pays off for them. There's guys that have made good moves, aggressive moves that have won this race as well too. So you just have to kind of play it out as it comes to you and be ready for the unexpected, I guess.
And for fans or for other people, as you get closer to the Daytona 500, there's the anticipation, the build up, the excitement. As somebody who is a competitor, somebody who's gone through this and had the ups and downs, what is it like getting closer to this event? What is it like day of event? Or, hey, this is your job, and it's more of a job set. It's not butterflies. It's I've done this 6,000 times. This is 6,001, or is it truly different?
It's 680 something, but God, 6,000, that'd be a lot. No, so coming here for the first year, first 2, 3. So I was here 3 years with Hendrick, and then my first year with Gibbs, even the second year with Gibbs. So probably 5 years in, it was kind of like, it's a big deal. Like, this is a big race. This is a big moment. This is butterflies, all that sort of stuff. Those feelings, especially when you get down towards the end. But since I got comfortable at JGR, it was kind of like, it's just another race. Don't let it get to you. Don't let the meaning of this race counter-react the events of you trying to win it. I did Vegas, for instance, right? Like, I went to Las Vegas, my home track. I watched that place be built, all that. I put so much pressure on winning an Xfinity race there that I crashed every year, did stupid stuff, and was spinning out at the checker flag and whatever, and finally we won that thing, and it was like a relief, and it was like, wow, you really didn't have to do as much. You just have to put all the right pieces in the right places. You have to have a good car. You have to have good pit stops. You got to do your job. And if we can all execute and do our job as our team with this number 8 zone Camaro on Sunday, then if it's meant to be and it's our cards, it's our day, then by all means, we're going to celebrate like crazy.
All right, and I think we have time for one more question. Danielle, go ahead.
Danielle Trotta, Sirius XM. Hi, Kyle. You mentioned 2015 and ultimately winning the championship. The perspective, though, of where you were for the Great American Race after the injury the day before and missing it. Not many drivers can, obviously not the way you wanted it to unfold, but do you remember where you were watching that Daytona 500, and did you gain perspective after having to sit out one?
Yeah, I was watching it in Halifax Hospital. Don't recall the room number or floor number, but I was laying in a hospital bed and wondering if I was ever going to walk again. Just being a little dramatic after the day's prior event. But watched the start. Remember seeing it, shed a few tears, crying just if I was going to get back or if I was going to get back. I had determination to get back, but you just don't know at that point. And then I passed out for a good while. The drugs were good. So I don't remember a whole lot of the race, but then somehow I think I did wake up towards the end, and I think Logano won that year. So I did see that. That didn't make me feel any better.